If you're on Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro, Zepbound, or any GLP-1, the fat is coming off. The scale's dropping faster than you thought it would. That part's working. But the scale is hiding something from you. It can't tell you what kind of weight you're actually losing. And there's a pattern in the clinical data your prescriber probably didn't have time to walk you through. A real chunk of that number on the scale isn't fat. It's actually muscle. I spent time digging through the actual trial data on this. Here's my debrief. Losing weight was the goal. But what you lose matters just as much as how much you lose. And losing muscle along with the fat isn't some minor footnote. It costs you in 3 real ways. First, your metabolism takes a hit. Muscle burns calories even when you're doing nothing. Lose muscle and your resting metabolic rate drops with it, which means you eventually have to eat even less just to keep losing weight, and you'll gain weight back faster the moment you come off the medication. Second, you get weaker. Not gym weak, real life weak. Carrying groceries. Getting up off the floor without thinking about it, staying independent as you age. That's what you're actually trading away. Third, and this is the one nobody warns you about, you can end up skinny fat. Smaller on the outside, but a worse body composition underneath. Loose clothes, higher body fat percentage than the number on the scale would suggest. And that combination makes you far more likely to rebound once you stop the medication, because the fat tends to come back a lot easier than the muscle does. So here's what the actual research says. When researchers went back through the major trials, step 1 for semaglutide, they used DEXA scans, the gold standard for measuring body composition, to see exactly what kind of weight people were losing. Lean mass made up somewhere between 25 and 39% of total weight lost, depending on the specific drug and study. Now, quick clarification, because this matters. Lean mass isn't the same thing as pure muscle. It includes muscle, but also water, organs, and bone mass. So no, that entire percentage isn't muscle loss, but a real fraction of it is. The tirzepatide data from the Surmount-1 trial actually came in a bit better, closer to 25%, but the underlying problem is the same. This isn't a small side effect buried in a footnote. It's the actual variable that determines whether this ends in a leaner, stronger body or just a smaller, weaker one. Here's the mechanism, because it's not what most people assume. The medication itself isn't attacking your muscle. It's not inherently catabolic. What it's actually doing is suppressing your appetite hard, which creates a big, fast calorie deficit. And your body, under a big enough deficit, goes looking for fuel wherever it can find it. Ideally, that's your stored fat, which is exactly what you want. But if 2 specific conditions are met, your body will start pulling fuel from your muscle too. Condition 1, not enough protein coming in. Condition 2, not a strong enough signal telling your body that muscle needs to stay. When both of those are true, your body starts treating muscle tissue as expendable, converting amino acids from muscle into glucose for energy, a process called gluconeogenesis. It's your body's backup generator, and it is not good for your metabolism or your strength. The medication just creates the conditions where this becomes easy to fall into, because it makes it so easy to eat too little of the right things, which also means the fix is fully within your control. So here's the actual fix. 2 parts. First, protein. Protein is the raw material your body uses to repair and hold on to muscle. In a deficit this steep, your protein needs actually go up, not down. You're trying to send your body one clear message. This tissue is for repairing, not for burning. The research range is 1.2 to 1.6 grams per kilogram of body weight. If you think in pounds, here's the simpler version. Aim for about 1 gram of protein per pound of your goal body weight. Weight's 150, you're aiming for around 150 grams a day. I know that sounds like a lot, especially when your appetite's barely there. That's the actual challenge with these medications. You can't just eat intuitively anymore. You have to be deliberate. Front-load protein into every meal you do eat. 30-40 grams at a sitting, spread throughout the day, so your body's getting a steady supply instead of one big dose it can't fully use. Protein gives your body the raw material, but it also needs a reason to actually use that protein for muscle instead of just burning it. And that reason is resistance training. This is the direct signal. You challenge the muscle, you create tiny tears in the fibers, your body uses the protein you're eating to repair them. And that repair process is what tells your body, in no uncertain terms, this muscle is still needed. Don't touch it. Burn the fat instead. Cardio doesn't send that signal. Walking doesn't send that signal. Genuinely good for your heart. Neither one tells your body to protect muscle. And heavy cardio stacked on top of a steep deficit without any resistance training can actually make the muscle loss worse, not better. The good news, you don't need to become a bodybuilder to get this benefit. 2 to 3 full body resistance sessions a week, 30 to 45 minutes each, is enough. Bodyweight work, dumbbells, bands, Whatever you have access to. The same effective set approach from my last video applies here directly. Real effort, real intensity, pushing sets close to failure. That's what earns the signal. Going through the motions doesn't. So that's the whole system. Protein, roughly a gram per pound of your goal weight. Resistance training, 2 to 3 sessions a week. Real effort, that's it. That's what turns losing weight into losing fat while keeping the muscle that actually matters. And track the right thing while you're at it. The scale alone can't tell you if this is working. It never could. A DEXA scan is the real gold standard if you have access to one, ideally at the start and every few months after. If you don't, a tape measure and progress photos still tell you something a scale number can't. If your waist is shrinking but your arms and legs are holding their size, you're doing this right. That's the whole system, start to finish. Nothing complicated about it. The only question left is whether you actually run it. So, here's my actual takeaway from this debrief. These medications are a genuinely powerful tool, but they're a tool that handles your appetite, not your muscle. That part was never automatic, and it was never going to be. Protect the muscle. The scale can't tell fat loss from muscle loss. Your strength, your metabolism, and how you actually look and function once this is over, that's where the real difference shows up. If you're on one of these medications, or you know someone who is, drop your current protein target in the comments. I want to see what people are actually running. If you want the next debrief before anyone else sees it, subscribe. There's another one already in the works. Train smarter, not just harder.